Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the Truth Talk podcast. I'm back here with MI.
What's going on, guys?
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Area 51, the long rumored theory about aliens being kept in Area 51, and the next thing we're going to be talking about is the Latin artist Karol G. Now, let's get right into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Area 51 theory. The main theory that is often told when speaking about Area 51 is that aliens are being kept captive at the secret military base. People also believe that these aliens are held against their will while the military do experiments on them. These theories started after people started reporting strange objects flying in the air, with some even crashing near Area 51. Another theory floating online is that the military are working with aliens at Area 51 and that the aliens have been helping the military with advanced technology. One man, Bob Lazar, who claims in the 1980s to have worked for the government near Area 51, claims to have been hired to reverse engineer the alien technology the government had taken from the aliens. Bob claims that he saw alien spacecrafts and read government documents that stated that the aliens were involved in human affairs for the past 10,000 years. Many people saw this as confirmations that aliens existed. Many people also point to the excessive amount of security that is put in place to keep people out of Area 51. The base is equipped with motion sensors and a small army of guards who kept watch and are authorized to use deadly force on anyone who's trespassing. Another thing people always mention when it comes to the existence of aliens in Area 51 is the fact that when Jimmy President Carter was running for president in the 60s, he promised that if he won the election, he would convince the government to release all the UFO documents that are kept hidden. After Jimmy Carter won the election and became president, he would go back on his promise, stating that it was a threat to national security. To many, this was just more evidence that the government were hiding aliens and they were hiding them in Area 51. Whether the government is keeping aliens in Area 51 is something we may never find out. But something is for sure, Area 51 is hiding some dark secrets. Now the question is the government really keeping aliens at Area 51? For the sake of this conversation, I'm going to act like I believe in aliens. I personally don't believe in aliens. But for this conversation, let's say if I did, I don't think that if aliens were real, they would be kept in Area 51. I don't think it makes sense for them to keep these aliens in Area 51 if everybody in the world already thinks there's aliens in Area 51. What do you think, MI?
I definitely think that there's aliens in Area 51. I feel like I'm almost 100% sure. But it's not just one place. You know, they have underground tunnels that travel all around. I was watching a video of someone that used to work there exposing it, talking about how they got New Mexico. They have tunnels that lead all over the world with trains, like a little train station underneath that takes them everywhere they need to go where we can't see them. So they hiding a whole bunch of things there, you know. Not only aliens, they're hiding spaceships. Like you said, Bob Lazar exposed it. He also showed how they were making them. He drew them out.
I'm not going to disagree that there's definitely way more going on in Area 51, like underground and in these bunkers in their base. But the thing is that it'll just be way too obvious. That's like trying to hide, waffles at the Waffle House. You understand my point? It wouldn't make sense. Everybody in the world it's already been rumored that there's aliens in Area 51. Let's say even if there was at one point, you wouldn't think that they would have moved their operation to somewhere more discreet?
I mean, they're in the middle of the desert. Yeah, everybody knows. But there ain't nobody that's gonna step foot in there. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna make it there. You're not gonna make it there. You're gone.
I get what you're saying, but let's say a mob, a large army of citizens are concerned and they want to see what's in there. They're willing to do whatever they want to get inside. There really isn't much that they would be able to do to stop it. They would only be able to withstand so much. My point is, Area 51, I believe what's going on there has nothing to do with aliens. I think that what is being done at Area 51 is more MKUltra experiments, more advanced technology, things that they wouldn't want the regular person to see. If I was the government and I was hiding aliens, I wouldn't hide them in Area 51. Because everybody already thinks there's aliens in Area 51. I would hide these aliens in the middle of some woods somewhere, have a base built there. What I think is in Area 51 is more experiments like the experiments we saw with MKUltra. Experiments that they don't want the public to ever see. That's what I believe is truly there. They could be working on technology that it's not going to be accepted by America as a whole, so they want to keep those things away. And the CIA had a part in this space, and the CIA were known to do MKUltra and were known to do these crazy experiments and these crazy, operations.
Listen, I agree that there's definitely a whole bunch of experiments going on down there. It's not just aliens. So back in the days when there was a crash in Roswell, New Mexico, they said they discovered an alien. They kept one alien because the other two didn't make it. They named it Eba 1. They kept Eba 1 there for 5 years, learning his language, learning how to communicate with it, teaching it stuff about us. And they claimed that Eba 1 gave them a lot of information. And also, it ended up leading to a couple of humans going to a different planet and us keeping one of theirs so we could learn more about each other. That's one of the theories.
I feel like every time an alien sighting is reported, when it comes to alien sightings, in my opinion, they should be happening so much more often now that we have all this, better quality cameras, and we should have clearer videos of these aliens. Every time someone discovers an alien, it looks like they recorded this off a phone that they bought in 2002.
Not true.
Most of the camera footage I've seen, I've never seen personally any clear UFO footage. It always looks...
So did you see the government releasing it? They released a 1,000-page document on UFOs. They released videos that the Navy SEALs have. Did you ever see that on the news?
I heard about them releasing, this was back, I think, in 2020, right? 2020 or 2021. They were saying that they were going to release all documents, but they never did.
They actually did, but they released, I think it was like 1,000 pages, and the Pentagon released a whole bunch of videos that they have, that they seen them where some of their pilots are chasing after them, or like, hey, they're like, oh, look at him right here. Oh, he disappeared. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have that.
Yeah, I saw that exact video you're mentioning. Like I said, I'm not all-knowing, and I don't think I'm all-knowing. What I believe is very spiritual. I'm a man of God who connects everything to God. Most people don't do that. Most people don't equate everything in life to God, and I do. I believe that everything that we see and everything that we go through and everything in life has to do with God, has to do with our mission, has to do with our goal. I just do not see the existence of aliens being part of my plan. That doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. But the thing is, these situations, when it comes to aliens, it's just a big if. And people can say the same thing about religion. And that's a personal experience.
No, you're right. They could say that.
And it's the same thing that you can say about aliens. It's a personal experience. Maybe you saw something or you read something that makes you feel that you believe in aliens. And the same reason why I do not is because of my viewing of the situation and what I deem as real. We could both agree to disagree and both be right or wrong, because at the end of the day, none of us can truly prove the other one wrong yet. It's impossible.
All right, you're right. But you know why? It's just so hard for me, bro. It's so hard for me to just say, hey, it's just us. Like I said the last time, it can't just be us. So yeah, aliens to us are aliens. They're just a different civilization than us. We're aliens to them. They're aliens to us, But to me, it just doesn't make sense that we're the only people here. It makes sense that the government is seeing them now. They're exposing themselves more here and there. They've been doing it for thousands of years. If you go back to the Egyptians, they've always spoke and drew about aliens. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be true. It has to be. It just can't be us in the universe.
I feel like God put us on Earth. I don't know if God put anybody on any other planet, because he doesn't mention it in the Bible. I've never heard anybody speaking about that. So from what I know, from what I believe in, the paintings and the drawings and all that, I always used to find that interesting.
And think about this. That was before Christ, BC. They were drawing these things, carving them in, having all this technology. Atlantis, the Bible talks about a civilization that got flooded with water. What if they're talking about Atlantis? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see where I'm coming from?
I'm not going to disagree. Because at the same time, when I hear aliens, when I think of the government working with aliens, or when I think of ancient civilization, like when I think about the Egyptians with the alien carvings, I think about demons. I think about the fallen ones that came down, convinced them, had the Egyptians worshiping them as gods. The Egyptians were carving these things in. When I think about those carvings, when they saw the fallen angels, they drew carvings of them because they were worshiping them. The fallen angels made themselves appear as gods. That's what I think when I hear aliens. I could be wrong, I could be right. And there's a lot of people that think like me as well. Many people try to connect the Bible to our world, and we can see a lot of times where the Bible seems to prophesize what's going to happen next.
Yeah, but you see, the Bible with me, it don't sit too well because of there's different Bibles.
You're right about the different Bibles. And people need to understand this. I always forget to say this. There are different types of Bibles, and there is a Bible that was actually written by a Freemason man. The King James Bible, King James was a Freemason. The King James version of the Bible was rewritten by a Freemason. So if you want to read the closest thing, get yourself the Holy Bible, the original Holy Bible, not the King James version, because the King James version is the one that if you go to Walmart right now, all you're going to see is a bunch of King James versions. They have them all over because that's what they're trying to push. That's the Bible that was rewritten by the Freemasons. They handpicked verses and all this. The devil isn't going to try to mess with the Bible. He's going to try to convince you to not believe in it.
Yeah, that's his job, to deceive.
Some people say that science doesn't disprove the existence of God, but that is completely false. When you talk to scientists, most scientists are atheists and they do not believe in God at all. They've even go as far as saying that the creation of humanity, the creation of the world, all happened due to the Big Bang, which was chaos. And that's something the Freemasons love doing. They love making order out of chaos. We've seen it multiple times before. That's how they control us. So if they can tell us there is no God, we all started off Big Bang. How many people have they already convinced? And how many people have they already guided to a burning end by just convincing them that there is no God and we all started with the Big Bang? You know, that's why I tell people that's literally their main theory when it comes to how the world started. So that's the first thing they're explaining is God doesn't exist. Not saying that science is all nonsense. That's not my point. My point is that science is used to explain the creation of God, not the other way around. You understand? God created this all, and we created science to try to understand God's creation.
Yeah, but scientists also said we came from apes, but apes still exist. So I don't believe that either,
Yeah, that's exactly my point. They're always trying to disprove the existence of God, the fact that we were created by a divine creator.
Yeah, but you know what it is, man? I understand what you're saying, but like I always say, I just can't believe out of all the galaxies, and our Milky Way, there's probably millions of galaxies, and there's probably billions of other Milky Ways with billions of galaxies in them. We cannot be the only life. So I can't say, I feel like aliens were demons that were fallen angels coming down here trying to push humanity away from the teachings of God because they were here first. You know what I'm saying? They were the first ones here. The aliens, the carvings, people joined them, seeing them. I just think it's another civilization, another life. They just have more technology and they smarter than us, Like
I said, when it comes to aliens, we have to agree to disagree. Just because I say I don't believe in aliens, mean that, there is no aliens. I just don't personally. Who knows? In 10 years, I can see evidence that'll make me change my mind. But as of right now, I personally haven't seen anything to prove to me that there's aliens. I personally believe we're here because of God. And that's the only thing I'm truly concerned about. To bring it back to the Area 51 conversation, we should be more concerned of the experiments that are being held in Area 51. That's what we should question, because the things that they're possibly doing down there are probably so inhumane, and we would never know. MK Ultra, no one was ever supposed to know about MK Ultra. MK Ultra was done for years, for over 20 years. Millions of dollars went into the operation. America was never supposed to find out. Most of America still doesn't know. They don't understand that the government, the CIA, really did these experiments on their own people, and no one did nothing about it. This is what people should be worried about. The possibility of that happening again there, which I believe truly goes on. It's the reason why they don't want people to go in. And I feel like the government has never really tried to deny aliens' existence. They never said, yeah, aliens are real, but they've never said, aliens are not real. We've always heard scientists, always heard them saying that there's definitely aliens, that there's a possibility for aliens. So I don't think that they would even care if people knew that there were aliens. I think that they're more concerned of keeping their top secret studies and their top secret operation away from the world. That's what I believe goes on there. Now let's move on. Let's talk about the next topic. The next thing I want to talk about was actually Karol G's music video, her last music video. She dropped it about a month ago. I saw some very interesting imagery in that video. And the first half of the music video is very normal Spanish music video style. They got women dancing and all that. Nothing is out of the ordinary in the beginning half. When you get to literally towards the end of the video, at the 3-minute mark, that's when the video changes. That's when we see a ritual done right in front of our faces. And that's when we see them showing us the occultic imagery openly. At the end of the video, they show the moon. I've already spoken about the moon several times. Occultists love using the moon crescent and the full moon for their occult rituals. They believe that they get power from the moon. They believe that it helps them in their occultic rituals. So they tend to do these type of rituals, specific rituals, on specific moon stages. And in this one, we see them show, if I'm not mistaken, a full moon. And then we see Karol G covered in blood, doing the blood rebirth ritual that we've seen so many celebrities do already. We spoke about Young Thug doing it. We spoke about Eminem doing it. We spoke about DMX doing it. Literally, the list can go on and on and on. These rituals are being done without the majority of the world even paying attention to what they're seeing. Most people see this song and have no idea what they're being exposed to. The imagery alone, just seeing that, should raise people's question, what does any of this have to do with the song? Why is she covered in blood all of a sudden? And why are they showing the full moon? Why?
The whole video looked like an Eyes Wide Shut party.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But what does that have to do with the end of the video? What does that have to do with the 3-minute mark of the video where Karol G is covered in blood?
You saw her eyes, how they were like black at the ending of the video?
Yes, because she's being possessed. Rebirth Ritual, it represents a death and rebirth. It represents their coming back. We know Karol G is a Masonic puppet. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. She was dating Anuel, and Anuel is the most open Masonic puppet. He's done videos in front of the Mason Lodge. He's done a video where he's literally in a casket doing the same Rebirth Ritual. He's done said Illuminati several times. He's done thrown up the all-seeing eye. He is not trying to hide it whatsoever. The thing is that he knows his fans have no idea what the Freemasons are. Most people that think about the Masons, they don't even know their symbols. They don't know anything about it. This is because the Masons want you guys to be ignorant. They don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know that they own the music industry and they're using it for their advantage. Karol G, this ritual did not have to be in the video, but she is a Masonic puppet. She's an occultist, and this is what they're going to do in all their videos. You know, some videos might be open than others, but we're going to see it in all of them. Just like the artist Tokisha. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right. She's a new artist. She's upcoming. She's been running around with Madonna, you know, kissing Madonna, the same thing we saw her do with Britney Spears. And just like Karol G, Tokisha also has a video of her doing the blood rebirth ritual. I think it's pictures if I'm not mistaken, but she's also seen doing the same blood ritual. And it's no coincidence. She's hanging around Madonna now. Do you understand?
Yeah, we all know what Madonna represents. But to me, I feel like ever since Karol G met Anuel and broke up with him, her whole image is changing. She's becoming more like she's showing more symbolism in her videos.
I think that it was connected. I think that their relationships are staged. I feel like most of all celebrity relationships are done for numbers and for cross promotion. I used to think before that Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's relationship was set up. Same thing with Jay-Z's and Beyonce. Those are two people that they're together more for the business aspect than the relationship itself.
No, I think Kim Kardashian was in it for the business. Kanye West was in love, but Kim Kardashian, she just after that bag.
I see what you're saying, but I think about it. Kanye West can have any woman in the world. Not any woman, because I'm pretty sure not any woman would go with him. But the women that he's looking for, another woman like Kim Kardashian, Kanye West can have. That's not a problem for a man like Kanye West. What they want.
Now.
Even then, Kanye West has always been one of the highest selling rappers, one of the most famous, one of the most powerful men in the business. But the thing is, that doesn't deflect the fact that what they want is the attention and the money that they make together. Together, they make more money than they make separate. Together, they brought more attention to themselves. The same thing I felt with Beyonce and Jay-Z. They are at the top. Together, it was a power play. But I really don't think that they ever truly had a real relationship. I feel like it was set up by Hollywood. But back to what I was saying when it comes to this ritual. We're seeing this time and time again. In the video, we see her covered in blood. They showed the full moon. They show, I think it looks like an eclipse. They show a cat flash by. The symbolism is right in the open.
You know what it is? And you said it before, we spoke about it. You have to show the symbolism. You have to do these rituals in order to make it where you want to be. And these artists are going to continue to do it over and over again. They're going to keep getting new artists, and we're going to keep seeing this over and over. It's never going to stop. Why do you think that? Why do you think they put a cat? Like, why would they just flash a cat right in the camera real quick? Why do you think that?
I was speaking about this. I did an episode with my brother, and we were just talking about Doja Cat. And we were talking about Katy Perry, how they always have this cat imagery. And it's because of the cat goddess Bastet. The Egyptians used to worship a cat goddess. And that's exactly what we keep seeing. We see it throughout Hollywood. We see it throughout the music industry. That's why I believe those ancient Egyptian gods were just the fallen angels that the Bible warned us about. That the Bible told us that they came down and manipulated the people. I don't think that they would be showing this imagery if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't connected. Why would they keep showing this imagery? What does cats have to do with this video? What does any of this have to do with this video? The video starts with them dancing, then it ends up her running into the woods, doing a ritual, then being covered in blood with a full moon. The imagery is right in our faces. And at the end of the day, most people are just choosing to be blind. And it's all over the music industry. I just did an episode on Sam Smith, UK artist, really popular artist. I want you guys to understand this imagery and this agenda is across all of popular music. It doesn't matter if it's in America. It doesn't matter if it's in a different country. It's all pushing the same agenda.
And if you're not with it, you're against it.
Exactly. And you're right. And most people won't get that. But me and you already, we've trained our eyes to see all the symbolism. This is how the industry works, though. If you want to be at the top, you have to be with the guys who run the industry. And who run the industry is the Masons. At the end of the day, Karol G is just confirming that she's just another Masonic puppet who took the oath and is serving the Masonic agenda. That's all she's confirming with doing this ritual. Most women have to avoid the agenda that these women are pushing. The agenda these women are pushing are destroying women as a whole. It's making women think things that are bad for them, things that are going to destroy them in life are actually good. It's the same thing we see with men. Women should respect themselves and women should not follow an agenda that's going to destroy them and demean them. At the end of the day, if you're following the agenda that these women are pushing, there's a big chance that later on in life, you're not going to be happy and you're most likely going to be alone because that's what this world is building. This is a society this music creates.
It's just people need to understand that if they pay attention or like if they listen to Karol G and they follow her movement, they should see the transformation. She was all different not too long ago. After Anuel, she's this whole different person.
That's that good girl gone bad agenda.
Exactly. That's all it is. It's good girl gone bad.
We've seen it 100 times with Rihanna. We saw it with Miley Cyrus. We saw it with Britney Spears. You know, it's the same techniques being used over and over again. Like I always say, guys, I just want you guys to remember that every day we wake up, our souls are at stake. And this music, believe it or not, is affecting us. So when you listen to music, just remember. And when you see these videos, don't just watch them. Actually pay attention so that you can see what they're putting in front of your eyes. Well, that's it for this podcast, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truthfist store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make helps with the funding of Truth Records. The link to the Truthfist store is also in the description. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.